Hey everybody, welcome back to the Biotopes. So today we're gonna have a good old-fashioned fish room work. So we're gonna do some feeding, do a quick feeding, then we got a couple projects I'm gonna let you guys know all about and get you updated with. So be sure to stay tuned and let's get started. So let's do a feeding here and we'll reach down into my bag of tricks. Today we're gonna feed the New Life Spectrum probiotics. This is a small pellet. It kind of floats. Some sink, some float, so it's a good kind of mix. So we're gonna give a little bit of that, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, it's just a small pellet. So what I usually do is do a couple pinches. I'm just do kind of one good pinch today. All right, there's the Central American tank. Sorry for the glare. See the multi-spinosa go right at it. Nicaraguan's at it too. She kind of waits till it gets to the bottom most of the time. It sits to the sand. But they're doing really well. Got a plan for this tank. I'm going to add some decor, kind of fill it in here a little bit. That's kind of what it looks like now. Keep pulling up this valve and messing that up, and we've got some hormone up here. So that's what's going on there. Next, let's do the Upper Amazon River tank. Take a pinch of this. They usually get at it pretty good. And as we're growing here, I lost that black skirt. It ended up dying. I put it in a hospital tank and tried to medicate it, but it never did make its way all the way back. So we're down to 4 of those. But everybody else is doing really good. I've got the plants are starting to take off. You can see the one sword here. It's getting some good shoots on it. I keep trimming it. Thanks for that feedback. Do trim some of the dead leaves and keep putting root tabs in there about every 3 weeks. So that's stuff, and my added light. Check that video out on how we did the DIY spotlight there. But other than that, everything's going pretty good. Obviously, we're still getting some slippage here with the gravel and sand downhill. So that's an ongoing battle. But I've also added this peace lily. That pothos didn't end up not making it. This peace lily is doing okay. I feel like it's still trying to convert to its roots below water. It's getting a little bit off whack here, it looks like. Trying to get it to stand up there. All right, so that's still converting. We'll see how it goes. Next, let's go the Australian tank. You guys are doing good. I've got a few mops in here. I'm going to pull one of those today. See if we get any eggs. These guys do pretty good, eating well with the food. We're going to add our Splenda next, our Deepwater Creek rainbows. Those guys are about ready to come out of quarantine. Still have not gotten any viable eggs out of this group. Like I said, I've got those 3 mops. I just checked this far one on the right yesterday and it didn't have anything in it. So I'm going to change my strategy with these things. I'll tell you about that here in a little bit. But other than that, this tank's doing really great, and excited to add the new inhabitants here soon. Next, let's feed our angel pair. They're both good eaters, especially the female. It's a great job. Wazoo sword's coming along. There goes my dehumidifier. Some new leaves on that. Hopefully we'll get another spawn out of these guys soon. Stay tuned for those. Next we've got our splendas. 6 of them. I lost the big male. I just one day walked in here and it was dead. So looks like I still have this male up front. You can kind of see him kind of getting some extra red. So I think that's going to be our main male in the group. They're a little skittish still, but they're about ready to come out of quarantine. Everybody looks healthy and they're eating. So let's give them a little pellet. As soon as I put it in there, they kind of hang down and wait. But other than that, they're doing really good. So if I catch them eating, we'll come back in the video. Next we've got my guppies. There's a nice male there, female. We've got 3 males and 2 females so far. And my 2 plecos, there's the male there, male albino. Let's give them some. Oh, hold on, splendas are eating. There we go. All right, let's go back to the guppies. It's still a little cloudy in here, so I apologize for not the greatest. But still pretty young, haven't gotten any babies. There's the nice male there. I'm trying to do some AccuClear in here. Every time I change the water, it's working a little bit. I haven't put any fine filter floss, that's probably why it hasn't, but I'm just trying to get these particulates to kind of group together and get stuck in the filter. So anyway, lots of Java fern here, doing really well. All right, next I moved my group of 3. It's a reverse trio of the Alfuro cultratus. There's the main male there and the female on the left. There's another male in here that gets chased around by the main male. But one day I found an Alfuro in the mouth of the Nicaraguan in the South Central American tank. So quickly moved the 3 left over here, and so again trying to get this colony built back up in this tank. So hopefully we'll get some babies out of them soon. The female looks like she's getting bigger, so that would be great. But I'm not gonna give them pellets. I'm gonna give them some brine shrimp. Here's my brine shrimp hatcher here. You guys are probably seeing these little discs. They're okay. You know, I have not upgraded to any of your real brine shrimp hatcheries, but this works. So you just pull out this cup. There's your brine shrimp right in there. And then you just kind of waft it in the water. You can see the brine shrimp there. And then just go to town. So That's them. Alphero, the knife live bear. And so you just put that cup back in the center there, and with the light, the eggs will be attracted to that, the shrimp will, and that'll be that. All right, last up is my group of diamond tetras and my one juvenile multi-spinosa. There we go. They do a good job with the food. We'll start hitting here pretty soon. Here it comes. So those guys are great. So that is the feeding for today. Next, we'll look at these Signifer mops. Okay, the next project I got to work on here is I'm going to check one of these mops and see if these Signifers have laid any eggs. Now, what I was doing is I was leaving in the mops for 2 weeks, 14 days, pulling the mops, checking them, and then putting them in a separate tank for another 7 days, because the gestation period for Signifer eggs is 16 to 21 days. So my thought was get as much egg as I can get in there in 2 weeks, pull them, and then let them hatch in their tank, but that is not what's happening at all. So I'm wondering if they're getting eaten too quickly, or I can leave the mops in there too long and they're just getting eaten. I'm not sure. So my plan here is to kind of check a mop every day until I find eggs. Now, pretty soon I'm going to move these splendas into this tank, and maybe I'll get some eggs out of those. So that's kind of this is my next thing. I'm going to try to get some eggs out of these Signifers. So let's get in there. I'm going to get that middle mop, the light green one, and we'll check and see what we've got in there. So let's grab that. You saw them on camera, they're signaling. I'm going to take this lid off. I'm going to just wring it out. Some of the excess water. Oh, there's one right there. Can you guys see that? I think that's one right there. Yep. Sorry. See that? There's one. So we know we've got at least one. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this on camera and look at the same time. So I apologize for that. Yeah, I don't think I see any others. It's just weird. Like, why is there one egg? Like, that just doesn't seem right. So here's one right there. So I at the same one, it might be. So frustrating. I think there's one there. See that right there? So there's a couple, let's say. So I'm going to toss this in this tank, and I'm going to put it in this is a free tank here. I'm just going to put this in here and see what we get. Let me get the sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a cork I'm going to put on here to float it, just so it stays off the ground and I think less chance for snails to get to it. So we're going to get in there, let that go, and just see what happens. Now, since we found a couple there, let's grab another mop and see. So I'm gonna grab this one. Bring it out a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna try to set this up better. What I'll try to do is put this on stand. I'll just look through here a little bit, see what we can find. Maybe a snail egg. As you saw, their Signifer eggs are a pretty good size. Oh, there's one. There's one there. You see that? I thought I just saw another one in here. Yep, there's one there. Oh, there's another one there. Okay, so this one's got at least a few. So I'm gonna get a cork. See, it's got a loop right here. And Signifers lay their eggs the bottom 4 inches, closest to the substrate. They're substrate spawners. Or plants that are close to the substrate. So that's why I take the corks off and put it in. And then when I want them to hatch, I'll put the cork back on. That way it flows and has good water flow. So we'll get this in this tank here. Okay. All right, let's get this last one and see. I just checked this one yesterday and there wasn't anything on here. So let's see here. Again, just yesterday there's nothing. There's a snail. There. Snail. Oh, there's one. Nope, that's not one. That's a snail. Okay. Alright, nothing on this one. Just a couple of snails. Snail eggs. So I think what we'll do is put this one back in the tank and we'll check it again next time. So I'm just going to put that back just like this. I'm actually going to put it over on this side, squeeze out some air so that it sinks, and I'm just going to set this kind of here where the other ones were, kind of this way by those rocks. And we'll get our lid back on there. Let's give her a little wipe down. Okay. All right, so we got a couple in there. We'll check these. We'll just kind of keep an eye on them over the next week or so and see what we get. Hey, one thing before I sign off today, I wanted to show you this crayfish. Oh man, that light is really bad. I'm sorry. It is a pretty good size. This is a 10-gallon tank. That guy, just for like reference, I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but he is a good sized crayfish in there. There's my hand for reference, so he's a big boy. All right, oh, there he goes, playing with the pebbles. All right, say goodbye, crayfish. So next thing is to get these splendas out of their quarantine tank and into the biotope. So I'm gonna get the ladder out and the net, and we'll get them moved, and then next time you see them, they'll be hiding in the biotope. Stay tuned. All right, we got them in here. Let's see. As expected, they are kind of hanging out over here. So looking good. There's one on its own, and then the other 5 are over here. So we'll kind of keep an eye on them here for a little bit. And before too long, they'll be moving around, and it'll be cool to, they're not even all the way colored up yet, but being in this type of environment should help that. Lots of really good hides, some open swim area. So really excited about getting these in. There's a group of 6, and really excited to see how they do. I think they can get, look at that. Signifer is kind of showing a little bit, checking out those new guys. It's like, hey, you're in my area. All right, here we go. Got some movement. The lights in this tank will go off here in about 30 minutes. But the Signifers and the splendas are intermingling here, checking each other out. I think the splendas can get, 4 or 5 inches. So it should be a pretty cool addition to this tank. And again, these are fish found in the South Johnstone River in Queensland, Australia, on the northeast coast of Australia.